Gus here with the parental review of Cyberpunk 2077, a first-person role-playing game where players will step into the shoes of V on their adventures through Night City. We're going to talk about these points of concern, as well as these positive aspects. Romance in Night City can be found in casual encounters with some NPCs and paid encounters with sex workers. These do not affect the story. There is also more long-term relationships that can be established that do affect the story. By default, there is quite a bit of full nudity presented in the game. This includes sex scenes, strip clubs in the main story, as well as sex shops in the game world. There is a setting to censor nudity. For the sex scenes and strip clubs, this has the characters wearing underwear. For the sex shops, this turns phallic-shaped dildos into fist-shaped dildos. Swearing is an ever-present part of the dialogue in Night City, to include the F-word. Drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes are frequent parts of the narrative in this game. Their use by the player is typically optional, but the game usually makes it seem like choosing to do so is the correct option. Blood and dismemberment are both common in the combat of this game, and there is no setting to disable either of them. In addition to the gore in combat, there are several places in the story where there are disfigured human corpses displayed prominently. When I played through the game, there were many stability and performance issues present in the game. I would strongly recommend only picking up this game if you are playing on the latest generation of consoles or graphics cards. We've talked about my points of concern, but I think there are some positive aspects to consider as well. If you're enjoying this review or think it'll be helpful, please leave a like. If you have anything you think other parents need to know or feel like I've missed anything, let me know down in the comments. I wrestled with which side of the review this belonged on for a long time, but ultimately decided that the positives outweigh the negatives. While there are certainly some problematic aspects in this game's depiction of marginalized people, Cyberpunk goes a lot further than most AAA games to include quality representation of characters, regardless of their race, gender, or beliefs. Additionally, the character creator offers a greater level of control over the player's identity than most games would ever dream of. I do think they overlooked some obvious options, but for me, the pros outweighed the cons here. I highly encourage anyone interested in this game's depictions of people to look into it beyond my words here. As a cis white man, my voice is not very important, and I will be including links to videos and articles that do a much better job of explaining this than I ever could. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.